set has been super impactful for the game or really hasn't done much for it at all. But today I'm joined by a special guest in Outer Orange. How are you doing today?
Hi! It is weird to see this tier list and you and us in the same room, but I'm doing well. Just to answer your question, I'm doing well.
Weird things have happened, I'm sure.
Yoink twist now.
Oh no. I mean, you could yoink this video, but I don't know how that's gonna work out for you. So you have to get creative.
It by taking this, and then I put someone else on my video. And go this.
On top of my face. Yeah, that works. But yeah, so we're going to together take a look at all of these sets and just rank them how we see fit. All right, so let's go ahead and start at the very start of the inception of Overdress with the start decks. So this specifically is going to be the first 5 start decks, the one for Nirvana, Bruce, Bastion, Magnolia, and Prison, that basically just had their units, a couple of supporting units and triggers, and that was about it. How impactful are we thinking this one was?
Probably say super impactful because that's what people were using to understand the game. We actually see these boss cards over and over again, so there's, it makes sense to me for it to be a good beginner set and a good impactful one too.
Unfortunately, I think it's one of the best deck products to the date that we have for standard.
It was cheap too.
Yeah, it was it's the cheapest deck product we've had as well. So then after that, we had the actual genesis of Overdress with Genesis of the 5 Greats. This was the very first Overdress set that, of course, gave us the Overtrigger. It gave us the new PGs that are units that are based on the number of cards in hand. This is the start of Zorga, Hexorb, Orphis, Baromagus as decks that were available, as well as providing support for the existing start decks that we just went over. What do we think about this one?
It sucks that Baromagus in it.
All right. I will argue that it was the best because it has Baromagus in it.
Can we make its own tier because Baromagus in it? It has like its own
you do know Zorga's in this, right?
Yeah, that's the only reason we have to keep it up there. No, I'm just messing. No, it's a good set, honestly. With it having the new perfect guards, which everyone needed. Actually, this set became so impactful that it got overpriced. That's how much this product got bought, and everyone needed everything from it. The triggers, the PGs, the boss cards. Like, this was a very, in a way, inflated set. I remember when I was opening for it, like a week or two passed, and the prices just went like... And I was like...
Then, next up, we have ourselves the Festival Collection 2021. I actually recently did an opening for this on the channel. And... yeah, this Festival Collection was very interesting because, especially compared to the ones we have today, the one that's coming out this week, where it is just like the hottest product that's ever been printed and it just flies off the shelves and it has all these crazy impactful cards. This set really had 3 cards that, or like 5 cards that were new to the game, but I don't think even at the time they saw any play, and it was mainly full of super high rarity of cards that were in the trial deck. So any of the common cards were triple rare, and also super shiny SP versions, frameless, beautiful cards of the trial deck ride line, and also their triggers.
The one thing they did right with the set was that they introduced the full arts for the triggers and the ride line, and that is something we have yet to see basically since then. Except for Lyrical Set 1, because they had the LSPs or LSRs, whatever they're called, with the full art. And those also came with the full art triggers. But those are the only 2 times we've seen that happen, and I'm not gonna lie, I really missed that because Vanguard art is so beautiful. And like I said, that's the only thing the set did right. I will say the other stuff about it was a little lackluster. It was exciting because, like, oh, I have my trial deck and I can upgrade it, and then I could upgrade my ride line. It was cool and all, but they needed to put, like, I guess more stuff in it to keep it actually worth buying, because I'm not gonna lie, I have yet to open a single pack from this set for the very reason of why would I? Like, I have no reason to, aside from wanting to open an SP, but I could just literally go online and just get a single instead, and that's in this situation. It would be cheaper to do that by, like, a long run. So...
Yep. I do remember trying to get this set, specifically trying to get, I think maybe the best out of the new cards here, which was the Kusi, the Circaia Grade 1, that's like 15k.
forgot about that card. The
yeah.
card became so irrelevant after set 3.
Yep. Yep. But when this came out, it was like
that
playable.
is one of the cards, yeah.
Right. So, but yeah, not a good set. Would you be interested if maybe if Bushiroad, in their infinite wisdom, in maybe the future or their closer future, they release a set that's similar to this, that's just full of like rarity bumps for a bunch of cards and SPs, but it has like no new cards?
I think if they did what they did just now in Shadowverse, where they have a whole set dedicated to completely different alt arts of the same cards that have been already out, that would be cool. So like a Nirvana, but just completely changed. Like it's like a winter edition instead of like a fire edition, but it's still Nirvana.
Right.
Or like, just stuff like that, something unique, because like Shadowverse just did something like this, and it was actually really like hype, because like they're the same exact units, they're reprints, they're full arts, they're SPs, they're pretty, whatever, but they're literally but they're just reprints, but they're so exciting because it's a completely new art of all of them. I think something like that would be cool. And I think, yeah, like that would be a really cool way. But the issue, like I said, if they do something like as if it's for like this set, like for example, if the cards are for like these, I personally might not be as interested, but I think for nostalgic purposes, other people would be like imagine like a Bear Magnus, but he's in like a swimsuit. Like think about it. He's got his trunks on, he's about to go swimming. It would be really cool. Or like they do the same thing with Exorb or Zorga or Nirvana, but they put Nirvana with like cute little animals and all that stuff because it's a bird, obviously. Just stuff like that. I think that would be a really cool. It doesn't have to be swimsuit edition. It could be a winter style. It could be like some kind of specific thing where it's like a certain like holiday or something. I think something like that would be cool, because then people can have the nostalgia of having their favorite unit from the beginning of D, and they could also have a reprint on top of that in a sense. But I think personally it might be a little bit better for like maybe Divine, like they do a reprint of Divine, like the Divine cards, but they do them with all the special alt arts, and they all have completely different looks and everything. I think that would be a better thing to do, and maybe this could be like a 10-year anniversary thing that they could do.
Jumping off this, I believe it was the same exact day we got Lyrical 1.
I think it was a week apart.
It was a week apart? Okay.
I'm pretty sure, yeah. It was like that dropped, and the next week the LBTO1 dropped.
Okay, yeah, that probably makes sense. But this is apparently the set that I apparently get flack for saying that it wasn't impactful for.
It has a cat in it. It has the PGs and triggers. It's the same argument as BTO1.
So this set, I will say, it is actually impactful, because this set, I'm pretty sure specifically this set that caused, or at least it's led to the discussion of the 8 max. No, the 8 max triggers rule that we have now, because when this released in Japan, everyone's playing like 16 crits because they had access to 16 crits in those decks. Yeah, and then you can do that in the cat as well. And then right before this set came out, they decided to update the rule, like, no, you just can't do that. That ain't right.
Yeah, because these people started thinking about Zorga too, and then Bruce was like a conversation. It kind of like started with like Loista and Loneral. And like that's like, and then like you were saying, like every deck was playing basically 12 to 16 gear triggers. It started getting real bad. So they, especially since the Loner roll had the garbage trick, so you just check 2 crits and you're dead, and it just increased the chance of that happening. So they definitely have to cut back, which is kind of funny. We still to this day have yet to go back. I don't think we're going to go back, but it is interesting that since then we've been. Honestly, I don't even miss it. I know that sounds weird, but I'm actually very okay with there being just 8 crits. Like crits are very game swaying, So I think it's good to keep them at 8.
So another thing about this set, which is why I usually give it flack for, is that this set sold like horribly in the market, and even to this day, it is the cheapest Vanguard set you can find, typically for like $16. And I believe what happened was that there was a lot of hype around this set, I guess because Bermuda sets did really well in either V or P or whatever. So I think sellers bought a lot of this, and then it turned out that, people were just buying singles or something of that case, or there was just so much product. Because I remember being able to get like Lorneral and everyone else for like cents.
So to be honest with you, the Lyrical never sells well. The only reason, like, now that we have some of the future deck sets that are more expensive is because of shortage. Actually, it's the other way around. It's a shortage problem. So this one might have had less of a shortage problem, and that's why it's doing better. But actually, after this set, I think buyers got more scared to buy 2 into this product, so they started buying less, and we went to like a shortage issue. But actually, quite the opposite. Like in V, these did not sell very well.
Okay.
And the only reason they even did decently is because they were meta-defining sets. Like,
Right.
that was the only reason that people even bought it. If they weren't meta-defining sets, people would not be even touching them.
That's kind of the unfortunate part, because I feel like we had a really good high, starting with the start decks and set
it
one,
worked out.
even though it was like, what the hell, the third reboot, but it was fine. And then unfortunately we got this kind of extended set. So it kind of started. Hey, how's everyone doing today? It is a decent enough Thursday. We're streaming a little bit earlier today because I have a VPL match later at 8:30 my time, so I'm not gonna be able to do the slightly later streams, but that is for future Curly to worry about. Yeah, how's everyone doing? It is, at least here, a lot more palatable outside. Got some rain yesterday, so it is 1 degree less, 1% less humid, so it is that. I would do this with shows not long ago. Yeah. My peak idea is Prevail Dragon. I saw what you had mentioned, and like we kind of came to the same conclusion, or are starting to go towards the same conclusion, where I looked at the order and I was just like, this is kind of ass. I don't want to run this. But also I was kind of looking at the grade 2 that brings something back from drop, and I was kind of like, I kind of don't want to use this either. I kind of want to replace this with something else that doesn't counterblast, but we'll see. Spiritual Body is better than the Leverage Dress own order. Yeah, I don't know if the power is really that worth it, especially since it's only playable on turn 3, but we'll maybe get into that in a bit. I wanted to play that originally today, but as we were talking about, they don't have the markers and stuff, and I don't feel like going through that with someone else. If you play it and I don't play it, we can do that, but I myself am not going to play that and try and make someone figure out how to put markers and stuff. So we will instead not do that. It's not because this one has matching art. Just pick the girly, the girl's with her body condensation. That's close. She's green. She's flowery. Prevail gives you about a turn 2, which the deck does lack. The issue is, the issue I have is that what to do with Prevail at the turn 2. Yeah, it just doesn't seem worth it, to be honest. You got it for Claudine this week. Interesting. I actually just built that because I got I ordered from shop. I think it's from TCG Player, BC Cards, and like I ordered like on Tuesday, and I already got my order today. I've never gotten something so quickly in my life. But they sent me, among other things, I got the 2 Lechugas that I was missing because I managed to pull 2 of them. So I threw those into Claudine today and tried them out. I got 7 alt art spiritual body condensations. I only have like 1. I haven't tried to buy extras. You got 3 of your FFRs today. Damn. Yeah, I was gonna get those for Claudine FFRs, but I might not. I don't know. I have the foil without the frame, without the box or whatever you want to call it, and I feel like, yeah, this looks nice. Let's be honest. You got 3 FFR Lechugas. Whoo, man. That's money. Today we're Claudine. Okay, but is that just one of the few Circadian decks that has abundant soul resource? It's not so much that it has an abundance of soul, it's just that it doesn't inherently need soul. And it generates 1 soul due to the counter charger. It's smaller. We do get them. We end up with too many copies of everything. Must be nice to have. Must be a nice problem to have, I guess. Not. All right. Let's get started. What? Let's finish the stream. What the fuck? Hold on. We didn't even get started and this shit's already done. Oh, I didn't copy it. Whoopsie. Let's try that again. I made the slides. I just did not copy them over the right folder. Probably should have done that. Hold on. Let's undo that. Let's go back to the start, right? Now paste it. And go to the next one? No. Okay. That's not gonna work. That's fine. Hold on. Is this? I don't need this anymore, to be honest. Remove that. This is what? Display today's reveals. Let's just delete it. Add directory. All right, got that fixed. Sorry about that. Antarctica now we only in charge of circuit cards to care of. Got some Blackberg. So depressed by the Avantgarda cards, man. I mean, Avantgarda, the cards aren't bad. Oh, the grade 2 is, she's cute, she's useful. I mean, it's not like crazy, but it's not bad. So gonna try roaming person dragon and leverage us, especially it's less than $5. I don't know if that's gonna be worth it, to be honest. I mean, I was honestly thinking about it because you can one, give it 10k with the grade 1, and then 2, put it on a marker so it gets another 10k. But you don't get it big enough where I think it's worth it, to be honest, because it only goes up to 25 max, right? Unless you put it in front or something like that. She's pretty, but she's not what we needed. I mean, she is and she isn't. But we'll get into that, and there's also some quick anime spoilers we'll go into. But before that, let's just take a quick look at the card of the day, which includes everyone's favorites, 15k vanillas that don't do anything. Clippers and dragons to use them as an engine, yeah. That's what I was thinking, like getting the crit and then just powering it up. But yeah, you'd have to consistently get orders too, and it's just not really worth this struggle, to be honest. But hey, try it, see what happens. But yeah, this is gold segment dragon who just gets 2k for set orders or whatever. Go away. I'm not gonna lie, we have half of these are pretty depressing card of the days. The other half is actually pretty cool. Then we got Gravidia Ikbai, who had speaking of something the deck didn't need, right? Gravidia Ikbai here just says when she attacks or boosts, if you have Nordlinger, which is, you know, Gravidia's actual name, because Gravidia is like the alien species or archetype name or whatever. You Energy Blast 3, choose up to 2 meteorites from your hand, put them into order zone, then this gets 5k for each card put. This is not what the deck needed, because we already have like 5 different ways to put orders from hand into these order zone. We did not need this. The deck needs some way to effectively plus to add cards from, like, to add units specifically from deck to hand, so it can deck then check for triggers, and also actually fulfill the requirement for Gravidia Mask of having units in hand so you can actually play them. Right now you literally cannot do that. Putting more meteors into order zone is not going to help, especially when we don't have good ways to search out these meteors either, right? It's all about, oh, I can get a couple of them from drop, and if they're in your hand, oh, you can put them in play. But how the hell do I get these meteors in the first place? Oh well. Yeah, exactly. It's making Gravidia cards, unfortunately. This is at least just a common, so it's kind of whatever, but there's a double rare from the first Divine set that literally does this exact same thing. Except I think that one draws you a card, and the cost is Soul Blast 1 instead, or something like that, right? So that's really, really unfortunate. Really unfortunate. But something a lot less unfortunate here is the Dangerous Thrower. For Dark States, this says This is the rare. So this is basically confirmed that each of the quick start deck bosses is going to get 1 rare in set 4. And it's going to have the same effect where on place, you take the quick start deck boss from your drop, put it on the bottom of your deck, and you look at top 5 for the double rare for the quick start deck boss. Add it to your hand, discard 1, get 2k. Her art is very pretty. Yeah, it absolutely is. When I saw this, I was just like, oh, random Pale Moon, Lukier support? Oh, maybe I can use it in Barrow? But never mind. Zone Bevrons? Oh, man, don't even get me started on that. But, so we know Cristianos will get one of these. It looks like they're doing these in order because they just did Triumph Dragon and now they're doing Altergeist. So I guess we get Sarasalasas and then Astrum and then Cristianos at the end. So we'll see. Gets his 2 cards for today's card of the day. I doubt it. I don't like the R for Cristiano. I would much rather him just mill Servant and add to hand. I'm more interested in the common. You can actually do that because you put Servant into hand, and then it says if you put a card, you can then mill that same Servant. So it works, right? I was concerned. I was just like, that's kind of like not gonna work for Cristianos, but it works because you get him and you just put him in drop. You can call him from drop. Her by itself, or like whatever, the booster by itself, I don't know if the deck really needs that, but since you mill, being able to put a Cristianos back is fine. So, you know, it's not bad. It's playable. It's like the other grade 1 we have. It's playable, right? Could be worse. Yeah. The grade 2 is really where it's at though. We have here Skillful Entertainer. Both the grade 2s we've gotten so far are kind of nuts. This one even more so. So this says, on place, if you have Altergeist, you counterblast 1 through, choose 3 fucking cards. I'm gonna drop, put them into Soul. Yeah, the art looks so cool. 3 whole ass cards that go into your Soul. You have no idea the struggle that I've been having trying to test Barrow. And it's just like, I'm looking at the card pool and I'm just like, fuck. I need something that does more than Soul Charge 1 or 2 cards. I need to put like 3 cards into my Soul. Like I need an Emblem Master that says like on attack, counterblast 1, Soul Charge 3 or something like that. And unfortunately we have a card like that, but it has to be if you're like the same name as your Vanguard is face up in your Ride deck or whatever. So she's literally unplayable. So yeah, this is super good, right? Because you can do a lot with this, right? This combos really well. I feel like you just don't play the rare or whatever it was common from set 1. The one that says counterblast 1 to like put something into Soul and draw. I feel like you just don't play that at all anymore. You play this guy and then you just overcall, put stuff into Soul. And I think you're a lot better off with that. This works really well because the Tilligan, I guess is his name, he Soul Blasts 2 to draw, so you can very easily put all those cards back in. So this works out really good. Really nice card. I'm really interested to see what Cristianos does, because we have no real way to guess what the effect is going to be because they're all different, right? These effects have been unique, so we'll have to see. Is also guys counterblast heavy? He is, yes. Because he has, of course, all the quick that bosses have at least 1 counterblast for their Vanguard, right? And then they have a grade 2 also. Well, I don't know how to say it, so I just keep saying. I keep trying to say Altergeist from like from Yu-Gi-Oh, but I'm probably saying that one wrong, right? Also, Legeist is what it says. This one says the grade 2. It's like counterblast 1, put something into Soul, draw 1. So that kind of makes it counterblast heavy, but if you add this to the mix, it's gonna be a bit much. Add 2 cards from drop to hand, give me my PGs. Yeah, honestly, it should kind of just be that. Yeah, even if it's just like counterblast 1, add 2 specifically like triggers or something like that, or if it's like counterblast 1, add 2 non-PGs or something like that. Yeah, it would have to be something like that. That would be great. That would make the deck so much better if we could just add some shields value to hand. We'll see. Like I said, maybe they're doing these in order. I don't know. Naked, I don't have my necklace tooth thing. We'll see. Before that, does it work this time? It's not gonna work this time. It just never wants to work. Well, that's not too loud, right? Yeah, we got some anime spoilers, some animated spoilers for you real quick. Not much has changed, right? Because there has been a new anime episode since we last talked about it. But just wanted to mention that they sort of went over in the stream today what stay lift ability is in plain text, because we were talking about this last time, right? And it is this, apparently. So it can interfere with the mind of living beings and enhance their feelings towards desires and wishes. So I feel like I got that part right, where it was like whatever their goal or whatever it is, it like enhances and it makes them go like ham for it, right? Eventually they will go for them without caring about their lives by trying to limit all who get in their ways at all costs. Because of this ability, many tragedies have occurred on terrain, with Gabe Lewis's race also being affected. Basically it's like a mental steroid. It's like toxic positivity, or or not positivity. It's like toxic. I don't know. It's like get that bag, but like in a toxic way. Right? So like whatever it is that they whatever their desire or whatever they wish for, yeah, it's like a hyperfixation. Like they just hyperfixated on like crazy. They just go so ham on that shit, and they just end up not giving a shit about who's in their way or what happens or anything like that. Reinforcement, just like me for real. Yep. Yeah, we're gonna have to beat up Azim in a card fight, knock him out of that. So yeah, so that clears up that, which kind of makes sense. We haven't seen it so far. The only person we've seen it in really has been like Hikari and like somewhat with some of the other characters, but we haven't actually seen them like actually act out yet. So we'll see if we see some of that in tomorrow's episode. Since he's a hinge, well, he's on the other side, so would have been interesting if he was like on the Destin side, but then that would be in like the 7th Zorga form, and I'd probably quit the game if that happened. If we immediately got another Zorga, but the final battle, that'd be really something. I hate that deck so much. I was playtesting it today because I'm pretty sure my opponent's gonna play that, and it's gonna suck. Cannot be, especially if they allow the festival collection thing, which I don't think they do. But even then, I played it with the festival collection stuff, and I'm just like, wow. To the point where I was looking at it, I was like, can I do this in barrel somehow? Because I can technically play this card, but I don't have a Shinri to swing for fucking 28k on turn 2 or whatever. But alright, let's go over to this morning's reveals. The Keter grade for you, Ride of Raziel. I mean, they showed a bunch of other dragons of like his tribe or whatever when they were getting murked by Civilis, so who knows, maybe he'll monster boy in them back or something and everyone plays them in their deck. But that'd be kind of boring. It'd be cool but kind of boring if everyone just plays some weird grade 4 looking dragon, but I don't think they'll go back to grade 4s, to be honest. Like widespread like that for like a whole cast, I don't think they'll do that. They'll do that for like maybe some decks now and then, right? They'll be like, oh, grade 4, but a whole wave of grade 4s, I don't think they'll do that again. They have too much trauma from the one time they did that when it was really nothing bad happened, honestly. Honestly, it was a good time all around. I don't know what their issue is. He'll be a card, yeah, more than likely. Considering he's from Cray, I would assume he's gonna be a card, yeah. It was a mistake. It wasn't a mistake. It wasn't really. It was fine, honestly. That time, like before set 6, like set 4 till before set 6 was an amazing time to play Vanguard. That was one of the best times, honestly. I went to my first BRO. No, BRO was before that. I went to my first BSF. Had a blast, bro. I went to so many tournaments. I want to say I went to BCS, but that time, but I think BCS was after that. Good time. Pure Light wasn't even that big of a deal. Nothing was that bad, bro. Magnolia was fine. Everyone's just a bunch of babies, bro. Pure Light was fine. Bassin Prime still ass, bro. Okay, yeah, Kyrie was fine. All the grade 4s were fine. Honestly, they were fair, in my opinion. They were all fine. Pure Light is always a skill check. You just gotta know how to play against it. Bruce OTK was without the grade 4 Bruce most times, but Grade 4 Bruce was like ass for the most part, ironically, but because that's how Santa got my attention, because of Blaster Blade. Wow, damn. Set 5 was so wild. I mean, ironically, you know, not to plug my own video, but yeah, me and Out Orange just talked about it. But Set 5 was so wild when that set came out, because it was like super hyped, right? And then we actually got it after it being hella delayed, and then it was kind of ass, because everyone was kind of ass out the box, right? Except for Tamayura was the only one that like felt playable, and Degria. Everyone else was kind of ass, and a lot of the other cards were kind of ass too. So that's how it was. I mean, to an extent it was, right? Because there was no cards, there was not enough cards for Chaos to be Highlander. Rora did not have enough going on, right? Eva was just a disaster before she got her promo, so it was just rough. I think PBO was fine. The end was fine. MOB was like, I don't think he had enough, but he just kind of existed, but he didn't have any of the, like, you know, enough to pull from at the time. So before Mushroom, not even before Mushroom, bro. he just didn't have anything. Sorry, Broken Chose was so expensive. Promo pack back then, besides them being event exclusive, they weren't event exclusive. They were what we called what do we call these? They were buy-in scams, I think it was, because it's supposed to be like a buy-in pack, where you would go to the store. They still do these. You would go to the store and you would buy boxes, and then at the store they're supposed to give you a pack, and that pack would have broken toys in it. Except that was the only way to get broken toys, so you had to spend $50 to get a single pack, maybe two, to get a 1 in 8 chance to get broken toys. Which is why they put broken toys at $50, because you basically had to pay $50 to try and get one copy. Same thing with the Tegra order. That's why they were so expensive. But they stopped doing that and instead put the promos inside as box toppers, and then outside, when you buy from the store, you get a foil version. Same pack, right? Same thing, 1 in 8 chance to get it, but at least now it's foil. Should have gotten my blasters then. They gotta reprint them because I can't look at I can't take how you can get V Blaster Blade at a cheap price than the D1. Not happy to getting it to standard. Is it really expensive right now? Oh damn, that sucks. That really sucks, because we're getting the like 20th blaster promo next month. It's not super unfortunate. Hopefully, Robin, I hope you can find some copies of that. I would not mind if they reprinted that, yeah, as like a start deck or something like that with like Blaster Blade. Like if they did the 3 of them and made them into like trial decks or whatever, that'd be really nice. Yeah, they just did it because the whole 10th anniversary thing. But anyways, sorry. It's like 19 on TCG Player. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. MLB doesn't see play in MLB doesn't see play. That Blaster Blade doesn't see play, even though you can technically use him in other decks. He doesn't see play in other decks. He doesn't see play in premium, I'm pretty sure. So I don't know why that fella is so expensive. He also got printed on an exclusive rarity. I mean, he did and he didn't. It was the like 10th triple rare rarity, but it was just really just dumb triple rare, to be honest. But yeah, just do an MLB, a Gigantic Overlord, and a PBO deck set. Just do that. Easy money. Reprint. Just fucking milk that nostalgia for the 100th time, right? Just do it. Just get it over with. Just do it. Reprint some of those cards. Put some up for the promos there. Add like 2 cards. Make it in a way where it's not scummy like you always do, where you force existing players to buy the product, right? Easy peasy. For an anniversary, I don't think we have an anniversary coming up, unfortunately, for them to do that. They could maybe do that for set 5 of Divines, because, you know, they keep doing it for set 5. That's the only thing I can really think of, but we'll see. This is Jit complete full power. That's fine, bro. People need to be able to just buy a product and play the game and it not be a stride deck. They need an entry-level product, and that sounds like the best way to do it. Yeah, Rich, how you doing today? Sorry, yeah, let's take a look at the Avantgarda cards here. So we got Blue Death Star, Stable Helfen. Here's a grade 1 that says when this boosted Blue Death Star, you can have this unit get the ability that when your opponent, so it gives, you may have this unit, the grade 1 that we're looking at, have the ability that during the battle this unit boosted, when your opponent would call cards from their hand to guard, they must call 2 or more at the same time until the end of battle. If you did, at the end of that battle, retire this unit. I originally read this and I thought it was like a Zargon where it gave the effect to the thing it boosts, and I was like, oh, that's not so bad, right? You don't really want to play this behind Avantgarda, but you can give him guard restrict for 2 attacks. That's pretty solid. Never mind. That is not how that works. That is very unfortunate. Oh yeah, this is a little guy. I don't understand why they made this, honestly. He's 2041 on gyros and fries and hot wings. I need help. Good God, that's a lot. Yeah, I hope they're good. Sorry, as a comment, I guess. Yeah, this could have been way better. Because like you're not gonna put this behind Avantgarda, right? Like ideally you would, right? But you're not gonna do that. Because you'd rather put Anne Hathaway in that column so you can countercharge, because that's way more important. So this is really dumb. If this like gave the ability of the bank or like anything, right? If this did anything else, this would have been better. Like this is just basically your rear guard. Technically the only upside, right? If I had to try and sell this, comments have been better. Not much of an excuse, yeah. Honestly, the only upside is that you can technically use this turn 1, right? So maybe that's what they're trying to go for, because it retires itself. So you can put this behind your Vanguard turn 1. It doesn't say grade 3 or anything like that, right? It just says Blue Death Star and your whole ride line is Blue Death Star. So turn 1, you can force your opponent to take an attack or guard with 2 cards, right? They can't just throw down a trigger to try and guard early. They're not going to be able to do that. So you're just going to have to take this attack. And then it retires itself. So then next turn you can play your Anne Hathaway behind it, right? And then you can do that again. So that's kind of cute. You can make it an aggressive early game. They got to commit the early guard. Yeah, which they're more likely not going to. So you can push them extra hard. So it gives the deck an early game. And then you can go into your Avantgarda, go into your typical play, restand, no PG, no blitz or whatever, big power, restand, right? So either they commit super early and they can't guard Avantgarda, or they don't, and then they're already at 4 damage with a restand Vanguard that can restand like 3 times. So in that regard, it's not the worst thing. I don't think we have the space to actually make this work, but you know, in that case, it's nice. Use this to hit the Avantgarda turn 3, but you always put this, you always put the other grade 1 instead. Yeah, Anne Hathaway. Food there is pretty good. Besides, I've been in the mood for halal food, for like days. Halal food. Didn't you say you? Oh, gyro. Didn't you just get fries and hot wings? That's not halal. Oh, but no, that's fair. Yeah, man, I'm gonna have to get some halal tomorrow now. Thanks. Used early and they got a command of guard. Never like grade 1s that retire themselves after boosting without floating. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's I know it's a Yu-Gi-Oh term. I don't know about general TCG term. I don't know if they use that in like other card games, but yeah, if this did float, well, yeah, it doesn't really apply in Vanguard because floating would typically mean that you would call another unit out, but you don't really do that in Vanguard. You don't like attack, retire, call something out or something like that. That rarely happens. So it would be more like it's something that pluses or breaks even, so it'll like draw you a card or something. Vanguard. Does run the Festival Lab Triple R for recovering card advantages. He wants to run both double R's for best boost. Which of them? I know. Yeah, I know you want the Dark States one, right? Because that can get you the set orders from Soul. That one works perfectly for Avantgarda. That's like the best example. What's the other one? Oh yeah, the other one's pretty good too, right? CB1 like a top 5 and call something. Yeah. Kaza does? Well, they don't exist here. Which is the harder TCG to get into, Yu-Gi-Oh or Vanguard? Apparently Yu-Gi-Oh is. It depends what you mean by get into. Because that can mean a lot of different things. If you mean like buy the cards and start playing, Yu-Gi-Oh is not that hard to get into. If you mean buy the cards and start playing competitively, probably not that hard, just really expensive. If you mean like understand the game, then yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh's pretty difficult to get a grasp on. Jumping ship to One Piece, yeah, well, everyone's jumping to One Piece. Unfortunately, I almost wish that game would crash, so I can, because all the stores that used to sell Vanguard are now selling One Piece. I hate it. I have the same fear with what's the Disney one called, Lacana or whatever. I had that same fear, but that didn't end up doing it. It ended up being One Piece that ended up kicking off Vanguard for some of my stores. But most collectors now, yeah. When I heard, like, I think the game is like really easy to play or like something like that, so there's not really like a competitive scene at all. And I 100% expected it to be mostly collectors, right, given how the Disney audience is, but I just figured there would be more people playing it. It ended up being that way. Yeah, unfortunately, Bandai actually has experience with card games, so apparently they were able to make a good card game, even though One Piece is basically like Vanguard but slightly different from the little bit I know about it. But Battle Spirits, I don't know. Battle Spirits is still around. We can't say that until it goes. But all right, let's talk about the grade 2 here. Blue Death Star, Sabian Melakar, who says, first effect, when this is either discarded from your hand by your Vanguard ability or placed on rear. I didn't notice it was also placed on rear. That's kind of nice. If you have a Blue Death Star, you can Energy Blast 3, choose the strategy card from your drop, add it to your hand. So that's like, okay. So you can discard her from hand. With Avantgarda's skill, she fetches you a strategy from drop. That's fine. You can play her. She fetches your strategy from drop. That's like, okay. If it was like drop and soul, that would have been a lot better. If it was like Soul Blast 1, that would have been nuts. If you could just Soul Blast 1, because then you could just Soul Blast out that same strategy, add it to your hand. That seems fair to me, considering you're discarding a unit to get an order back. That seems like super fair, honestly. Especially since it's not like a blitz that you can use, right? And you can't use it that same turn. You technically can, but if you play her, but still. So she was the boss unit. So Soul Blasters, yeah, unfortunately, you still have to play fucking Argento Cheese. You'd have to play that. Use the Gento to get one from deck, and then you can play this to get one from drop. Essentially, that's about it. You're supposed to replay Freiheit? Nah, I don't even know if you want to play Freiheit anymore. Just because you have the other one, but I don't know. I've been trying to figure out Avantgarda since set 13, and Richter threw me off completely. Just a supplement to the Gente, Dargente. I mean, you kind of have to play both, I assume, because one of the other things Avantgarda has. This is not counting Festival Collection because I haven't tested it with Festival Collection. Before Festival Collection, they didn't have another good attacker. It was just the Gento, and if you lost her, it was just like, well, shit. Now what? For the most part. So I would play like the rare that was in set 10. That would get like 10k. But she kind of does the same thing as the Gento, where whenever the Vanguard attacks, she gets 5k, and it stacks, right? So she gets about as big as the Gento, which is nice. So you have like technically 8 copies of the Gento in your deck, which is nice. But yeah, you don't run Freiheit anymore. Yeah. The deck absurdly piece reliant. Yeah. The deck is like in a weird spot, honestly, thanks to Richter. Because like I can't, it's so hard to figure out the right ratio to play, and like there's no easier way to get into it, right? And like you still have to go second to get the most value, and it's just like, oh man, I don't understand. It fucking sucks because there's no space to get, yeah, at all. Especially now with like Richter taking up. If you didn't have to play Richter, maybe the deck would have a little bit more space and you can maybe make a better game plan. But then you end up being super Persona Ride reliant again, so it's really rough. Different in the drop cycler from Festival Collection, but there's no space to drop cycler. Yeah, I guess that would work, right? You discard Energy Blast, get it right back for Avantgarda's attack. That would be nice. Then we open the Godly Hand. There's no Godly Hand, unfortunately. in Avantgarda, because you don't really do anything too crazy. It's I don't know if it's accurate to say it's a Nova Grappler deck, because it's a lot more I feel like slower pace than that, right? It's not as explosive as a Nova Grappler deck would be. It's a lot more slower and grindy, in my opinion. Thinking Persona Ride decks good. Good going first apparently, yeah. Yeah, you can't use the energy cycler. Originally I would have done that, right? Had this not come out, I probably would have messed around with that, because I was honestly before playing the Soul Blast cycler. But hey, what Richter made the deck into, but it is what it is, I guess. Yeah, me too. Me too. I was excited to try it out, but yeah, it just makes the deck so odd. I do not like Richter, to be honest. That's why I'm like, I just said like maybe just play it without Richter. But like, yeah, it's kind of rough. You get cut so quickly. Yeah, that's what I was saying before when we were looking at the Leverage Dress Ride line, that they're just like finding every way to make you not play those, which is kind of nice from a design standpoint. So those can like stay more to like the older decks that don't get support, and they also go down in price. So that's kind of like a smart, ethical move by Bushiroad, which it's not something I thought I would say. My second deck, Eva or Avantgarda? I would have to unfortunately say Eva if you can afford it. So if you can get the promo, the Emigar, I would say go for Eva. If not, if you really want to make an Avantgarda, go for it. I'm about to see Rumble Shooters, and they're starting to put up some dust weight in that binder. Yeah, that's probably the worst one, because I feel like in Storkea they rarely use the energy cycler. It's really Dragon Empire, most of Dark States, and Keter that really use their energy cyclers. Like Blanket really doesn't. I guess Lyrical does to an extent. Not in price somewhat, at least. Yeah, it's not $70 now, it's $60. No, I think it's like $30 now or something like that. But yeah, it's still pretty rough. So far, Misty Arc is the only deck I've seen that uses Sea Rumble. Really? You guys don't have an Energy Blast cost for something? Only reason I play Avantgarda since it's the closest thing to something. To Blood. Yeah, technically. I just think Avantgarda looks cool, and I like originally the sleeve setup that I had for him. But and I like the blue Death Stars and whatnot, but yeah, it's just Richter put the deck in a weird path, and I don't know what they're gonna expect us to do with that going further. They're gonna have to give us something that's like a top 7 at any Avantgardas or something like that, and also like any Avantgardas, any strategy orders or something like that. That's the only way I can see it working out, but we'll see. It's a full blast for the Gundam Bros? Yeah, kinda. But no, none of the new cards are energy cards, and Sea Rumble recycles as Alphinas. Oh wow, I could have swore that like Gardershook one was energy blast, but I guess I'm misremembering. Really hurts the deck, yeah, that's why you would have to play Freiheit. But yeah, if we can get something that searches out either one or something like that, or gives you like both or something, I don't know, that'd be great. So you can go into Richter, discard the extra one or something, but it's Counter Blast one. Okay. Unlike this guy, this is Battle Monk of Raging Flames, Tidro here, who we'll probably see, I'm gonna assume, in episode 4 of Roll Just. But this is the Varga Grid 1. That gets 5k for each of your opponent's regards that was retired this turn. So this gets typically 18k. If you play the grade 2 or you do some other shenanigans, maybe 23, right? So it's a decent little booster. I don't think it's gonna see any play, to be honest. But it's nice to have, especially because it's a common. You know, it's just one of those cards that's nice to have in a card pool. The fact that it's locked to grade 3 Varga makes it a little less useful, but it is a continuous, so it's not like on place or something, so you can just throw it out early, rush with it, move it back, boost with it, so that's nice. Cut the dino for this? What dino? Oh, that dino? I mean, the dino will always, I think, get better power than this, but we will be making space for this fella here, the Twin Pulsive Dragons. This is a triple rare for Dragon Empire. That says, when this unit is placed on rear, if you have a Varga, you Energy Blast 3, look at the top 5, call it grade 2 or less to rear and shuffle your deck. So you can't call this guy out, and you can't call out the other grade 3, you can't call out a rear Varga, but you can call out Shures or whatever, which is kind of nuts. This does make the deck now Energy Blast tight also, right? Because Shures Energy Blast, if you want to use your effect, you usually use the Cyclers. You now have to put this guy into it because like this is going to be your priority, right? And you're already counter blast type, so that's going to shake things up a bit. Does it replace Gable Dragon? I mean, you can play both of them. You can play like one copy of Gable Dragon, play Forbidden Doll in the deck, get some more deck thinning, call this out, then get an extra card. You can literally play, it's wild, because you can play Forbidden Doll. You can get this and then the dragon, put him in the back row, and then this Energy Blast and gets you another card. You played one card and you got a full board. Pretty wild. Now for Zermina, she's cool, but I don't see it. She's just super cool. She's just cool. Some people find her really attractive. I just personally just really like her design. It's probably because she has like pink hair. I have a thing for her. I'm pretty sure she has pink hair, right? Now I have to go check. One of the other thing, yeah, she has like pinkish purplish hair. I like both those colors, so it's probably that. She's also she also shows tummy, which I guess a lot of people like. So, but yeah, yeah, it's like light purple, pinkish. Either way, I have a thing for pink or purple or orange haired girls. Let's cut that shit out. Yeah, they might go back to the Soul Blast Cycler, which is interesting because that doesn't deck thin you. So we'll see what they'll do. And the Persona Cup for the Regalias, they used to play that, but they dropped it for the Pot of Greed, actually. So now they have to see. I don't know if you actually play for Forbidden Doll, but it's a pretty good play. It dins you 3 cards from deck, and all that deck needs really is a bunch of deck thinning, and that deck is good now, right? It becomes the best deck if it can deck thin and check triggers more often. It also has another effect where if this is retired by Varga, you give Varga 5k. Originally I was like, why not 10k? And I realized you can have 2 of these in the front row and give your Varga 20k, and that would be insane. Yeah, so you can use this. You can I think you can proc Shure onto this and then give Varga 5k, then bounce it to your hand to play it next turn to Energy Blast 3, call something else out. So yeah, I would probably completely get rid of the energy cyclers, honestly. I would not be surprised if that thing starts becoming really cheap after this comes out, which would be really nice. I need a copies of those. I need some copies. So that's nice. But yeah, pretty good card. I have these cool now sleeves that I got, and I was putting them on my Varga deck, and I was just like, these sleeves look so cool. I wish I actually liked Varga, so I can put these sleeves to use. But this might change my mind, but we'll see. We'll see. It's a true set 1. We'll have a reprint in early August. Yes, it is very true. We made that happen on Twitter during a bunch of emails to Bushiroad, and we got the confirmation that they will indeed be doing a reprint of set 1, which is great. We might get like something special, because the last time they did a reprint of set 4, they gave us a new DSR in the set, which I think might have been English exclusive. I don't remember. So we might get something like that. We might get like another Raziel DSR or something. They might actually do Varga, right? Knowing how popular now is, so there might be like a Varga DSR, and that's gonna be crazy if that's actually the case. Like one with like now on it, that is gonna be the most expensive card in Cardfight Vanguard history. Absolutely. I might buy like 2 cases, like a master case, to try and get it, because that would be insane if they drew like now on a card with Varga. Absolutely insane. Full bikini alt art reprint set like they did in the Shadowverse. Yeah, it doesn't even have to be like full bikini. Not that I mind bikinis or anything like that, but you know, just something would be nice. Oh, we'll see. Like, I don't mind what they do in the Thai version. I believe that's what you call the Vanguard, where they just have like a bunch of different alt arts for random cards. I would not mind that either. Or like what they did with the promos, right? Where they did alt arts. That's nice too. Just do that a lot, bro. You have like a million artists. Just make them draw shit. Easy peasy, bro. Pay them. They'll draw it. Release it. We'll buy it. Everyone's happy. Yeah, they made Shadow Cloak not look like a disgusting thing. Which is great. Speaking of disgusting thing, next Thursday we'll be getting this really ugly chimera for Drag Jewel that I'm hoping is generic. There's also gonna be a common. Hoping either of those are semi-generic that I can play them in barrel. And then we're getting a triple rare, and a common for Leonore, because apparently she needs more cards. No. We'll also be getting 6 brand new cycle cards, one for each nation in double rare. Yeah, this is actually a grade 2 Leonore card. It's probably gonna have boost, so it's not gonna matter. Or something like that. But I mean, you say that, but that might be a girl for all we know. So I'm hoping. I've been banking on these generics also. I was trying to figure out, one, what is the next Dark States deck that they're going to support in this set. I put some money on like Drug Jeweled because I thought he would be at support, and here we are. But then also 2, what is the generic going to do? Because I was pretty sure we're going to get another wave of generics, and here we are. I'm really hoping it's something I can use in barrel. I'm really hoping, but we'll see. I can't even imagine what it'll be, because we already have stuff for discarding. These might be like stuff for shield, maybe. I don't know. It might be like the cats. Maybe, because we got the order ones before. I can't think of anything that every nation can use that we don't currently have, other than something like shield. So we'll see. There's a girl then too. I mean, you're not really supposed to. Leonore, Broccoli's on a Leonore card, so he doesn't count, or it doesn't count. Is there a hint that Michiro-sama will come out of the Komi that Bushi put him in? Nope. They cannot afford it. Unless that guy goes bankrupt and he just really needs the money, or Bushiroad somehow outsells One Piece, Michiro is not coming back unless he like comes back and he has a cold or something like that, or they ripped out his vocal cords. And he just has a different voice. That's the only way it'll happen. Yeah, so hopefully these generics are cool, but we'll find out next week. If you get some love too, that would be nice. That's all the triple rares, right, for the set for Surkea. So we'll see what else is available in the set. Hopefully they support something else other than Leonard, but we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, bro. He gets a whole new form. Bro's not even around, and he gets a new form. He's got a promo. Now he's getting fucking 2 cards. Unbelievable. Set 3 Regalias was double rare, not triple rare. Yep. And then in set 2 we got the cyclers that were also double rare. So I'm glad that they're finally doing that. It also makes boxes more worthwhile, right? Because you're more likely to get a cycler, which is double rare now. So the VT versus his voice is synchronized, so he like fuses with Gooey or whatever his name was. That'd be funny. But alright, and that's that. Quick news day for today. I have an hour for my fight, so let's do some let's do something. I wanted to try and build Avantgarda, but I don't believe we're gonna do that. To be honest, wake up, buddy. Wake up. Wake up. I don't believe we're going to be able to do that, to be honest with you. But I will show you guys my stupid idea for so it's half my idea, half not my idea, because I did come up with it, or I did ponder it while we were looking at the set list on Tuesday, but then someone actually went and built it. So yeah, so this is my initial list. So I don't think, oh no, it does have it here. So I was thinking of being a clown and playing this guy. I was also thinking of Tideline today. I was thinking of playing the Tideline as well. But I was thinking of playing this Turge Minimal Assault guy here. Because he says, right, we have all this soul apparently. So we can just put a marker on him. Let him attack from the back row. So he gets 20k. It becomes 27, right? Pull him out of the boat in one. Damn, let's go. Same wavelength. He can boost whatever's in the front row, then you Soul Blast Sue, he restands, and then he can attack from the back row. Which is, that has no turn 2 play. Bro, I don't care about that right now. I'm trying to high roll and get a bunch of attacks after boosting. I'm talking about no turn 2 play. But yeah, I was thinking of messing around with that. But overall, yeah, Blackbird lives on. Honestly, I was almost considering Prize Trident at some point, but I feel like just cutting this girl for like something else. Cutting this girl so that our counterblast could just go into this and this, right? And then just play in an order or something to revive stuff, but because that's just way too much counterblast to account for in a turn. And all she really does is bring back a unit and then turn either go in second or turn 4 she's 10k, but like I feel like that can be easily replaced with something else. So other than that, I don't know. I'm gonna wait until this deck works in CFA because I keep like doing stuff and forgetting where to put the markers because I'm dumb. So yeah, the art goes really hard. I really like the art for this deck a lot. Like I like this girl, she's super cute. I like this thing. I like this guy. They all look super cool. So I'm a little upset that they're they're all name locked, or I guess mechanic locked, so I can't play them in anything else. It is what it is. Definitely running order. Yeah, I just don't like running grade 3 orders. But I don't know. Give you nightmares? Really? That's interesting. Yeah, I was trying to do what is it called? Frozen Resentment, but then I was like, you don't have anything you want to play, so it's not really worth deck thinning. There's nothing you want to like put in drop anyways, right? So I ended up cutting that for Misty Habitat because it's free, and I was gonna run this dork. But yeah, I don't know. We agree. Oh, the one time the stars aligned. But yeah, that's that. We'll see. I don't think I have anything else that I built other than Barrow after set 4. The stars lore. Well, utility dies after turn 3. Yeah, I don't know. That just seems like a lot. It just seems like a lot for a little payoff, to be honest. But maybe it's worse. Maybe it's better than I'm thinking it is, but I don't know. I don't think I have a list here. I did want to quickly, if you guys indulge me for a second, as this loads. Like I was testing. So like I said, I'm pretty sure my opponent tonight is going to be playing Shiranui. There's a good chance they will. I'm probably going to get scooped because it's Shiranui. I don't know how to play against that shit. So I was trying to test into it with CFA, right? Me playing on paper here. And I was using the festival collection thing. and that shit is crazy. Like, I've heard that it is strong or whatever, and I actually got to use it. I'm just like, oh my god, I do not want to play Vanguard with this man, this ugly lizard running around being able to do this. And then I started to think like, oh, this is a Dark States card. I wonder if I can use this in Barrow. But I just wanted to take a look at the card for a while. This takes forever to load my deck. We got 3 more cards instead of 5. It's gonna definitely probably get a common. The set that just gets 5k attack and shield for the most part, but we'll see what happens with set 5. Maybe the place to just not play orders, honestly. There we go. Jeebus. I feel like decks that auto-retire their units before Shiranui Stride has a chance against them. Yeah, they do. Those definitely have a better chance. That's why Shodoji is so good against it, because it can like remove its own units, but also has some other funky interactions. But are there any grade 1s in Dark States that get some sort of power? I know the answer, but I just want to know. Well, I guess there's this thing. There's the Jack Jewel guy. So I think I could run the Revolts. I'm talking about this gentleman right here, right? This $30 card. Running this in Barrow to get an early game, but then I want something that goes back into Soul. There's 2 cards that can do that right now. There's this guy who can put himself into Soul, and then he gives something else 5k. That's not half bad. But then there's also the Jewel Core, who also gets 5k itself. So it kind of works like how it does in Shiranui, where this is just this, make a huge 28k column on turn 2. I have to take a look into it, because right now, at the point I'm at with this, is that I'm trying to find cards. Like, it's always been the issue where I need cards. I need one card to do a lot of things. So I need one card to give me a lot of soul, right? Instead of just one card only giving me one soul. Because that's not working out. Can I actually... Oh, that's cool. Then I can press the numbers and it changes the grade. And that's the issue I'm having, because the highest I can get soul charging wise is like this and this, right? Or I play a Mandine. But that doesn't really equate to enough. So we'll see. I kind of want Elementara as a foil, but the foiled Elementara is crest related, so kind of ass, yeah. There's also like the BCS World Championship one that's foil, I guess. As it doesn't work against the OG grade 4s? Not really. Yeah, it doesn't. It's a PG, but you don't use it for free. You only use it for free against collab decks and stride decks right now. I tried Queen Lu in Barrel. She's only soul charged. She only gives me 1 soul, so she doesn't give me enough. And made 7. I mean, they're both all mainly the same list so far. Haven't had any insane breakthroughs. I keep coming back to this thing because this I feel like is better than the energy cycler because of this guy, because this is the only main way of soul charging I have, right? But like, it's gotten so desperate to the point that I'm trying to figure out how to run this dumb card from like set 4 or 3, one of those two. It might have been set 3. This girl, right? I've gotten to the point where I've tried to run this damn thing because she's soul charge 3, and I could really use soul charge 3. But she's counterblast 1, and I have to have a full board, which is, well, basically a full board, which is pretty rough. So we'll see. It's only free against stride decks and grade 4s. Numbers, yeah. stride decks are what's being played the most, so I guess it can go either way, honestly. The only thing is that you can't use it against Drag Jeweled, I guess, is the only popular grade 4 deck, and Prison really are the only grade 4 decks that you run into nowadays, I think. But yeah, other than that, I'm at a standstill here because the only thing that soul charges me a lot is this garbage card. This garbage card that I was talking about earlier. Like, I need this, but just not with that garbage effect. I wish this was just on plays Counterblast 1, Soul Charge 3. This would have been amazing, especially as a grade 1. This card would have been insane if she would just not be so ass. And the art looks so cool, but how the hell am I gonna be able to put a fucking card from my right deck from Solar Drop face up? Unbelievable. So, yeah. The other funky card I was thinking of running is which I keep coming back to her. Reese. Because he's on hit Soul Charge 2. Right? That's pretty good. That's it. Nothing else gives me more soul. Give me 1 second. Alright. Had to open my door and blow my nose real quick. So yeah, it's kind of rough right now. So that's why I'm kind of banking on the Cycler. Or that Jack Jeweled card to do something, but I'm pretty sure it's not going to. I'm pretty sure it's not going to, honestly. I find it hard to believe that they're going to give Jack Jeweled the card that says like Soul Charge 5 or something. Right, so yeah, it'll probably put a card from hand into Soul and draw. I would not be surprised if that's what it does. So honestly, I would have to bank on like the Cycler doing something crazy, but I don't know what it could possibly do. If I had this, that would be great. Right? But honestly, I have so many cards that put cards from drop into soul that it doesn't really matter as much. Yeah. So you're pretty if it's good. Yeah, I don't like it much either. Use Altergeist in the ride deck and hard ride into into barrel. I'm gonna end up soul charging it, unfortunately. Or ride into barrel. I don't know. I'd rather go into like Vladimir, honestly, because the ride line's a lot better, and that possibly gives me 6 soul off the ride line for a total of 9, and it being non-triggers. And then I can use like Zamog and stuff like that to put a bunch of stuff with the soul attack with Vladimir and not use the skill right into barrel next turn or something stupid. But Vladimir has no early game, so that'd be stupid. So I was thinking of using this to try and get an early game, but I would need to combo this with something that gives me like 2 soul. Like it has to go plus in soul somehow, because this breaks even in soul, and then I would have to call something out like on play soul charges 2 or something, but I don't have anything like that. The closest thing is this, but then that's Counterblast 2. But Yeah, if I can magically make this playable, but even this is not playable because Soul Charge 3 is not enough. So I don't know. For the early game, but I wanted to spend $40 on. Already has the grade 2 derived subs, yeah. Yeah, and then I was gonna try. I think we already talked about it, right? Trying the other donation card using the order, right? Yeah, maybe. Or a grade 2 game boost. Yep. That or that he has the old name or something, but Yellow Bolt would go hard on Barrel. Which Yellow Bolt? So I don't think Yellow Bolt does anything crazy. It's a grade 1, sorry. When it attacks. When it attacks a grade 2 or greater unit, Soul Charge 1. And if rolled upon, Soul Charge 2, and if you Soul Charge 1 or more trigger units, draw a card. That's what the Ride line should have done, honestly. This is what it should have done if you Soul Charge 1. Oh, if you Soul Charge triggers, I mean, draw a card. That would have been great. That would have made it, that would alone would have fixed everything. To be honest with you, that would have made everything so much better. Because then I would at least be able to have some sort of a hand and be able to Soul Charge more. Rest it to Soul Charge 1. I think we technically have something like that. Because I've been looking at it for a bit and I don't know if it's as good. Because this kind of does the same thing. Right? Because you can rest this, put a card from your damage zone into Soul, and then put the top card face down. Unfortunately, it's technically Counterblast 1 unless you're already counterblasted. Then it's kind of whatever. But then you can also Soul Charge again if you put in like a Barrow into Soul, but it's too RNG reliant to make this work. Yellow Bolt because he works turn 1, yeah. Yeah, if I could do something where I can Soul Charge in the early game, that would be great too. But like I've talked to it a bunch of times trying to use like this guy in the early game to rush, but I end up missing out on Soul Charge 2, so it would not work out. It'd have to be the kind of thing where like I use him, but only if I call him out with this guy, so he goes back into Soul, so that I can call him out again. I want to see a DI encounter already on mine would be neat, but Shorot would be fantastic. So Shorot wouldn't be an encounter; he would be a stride deck set, and we're not gonna get that for like another 2 years, 3 years. Right? Until like, assuming like 2008 or something like that. Or sorry, 2008. Whoo! 2028, right? Because we just got Harry, right? So they're gonna cycle, I'm sure, past everyone. Somehow give Lyrical like 5 or whatever along the way. So still an encounter. I mean, yeah, but it's not gonna be like a main, like a set encounter. It's gonna be a deck set. But I'm on. I don't know if they'll actually do, but we'll see. The on hit put 2 cards from drop into Soul, but it's on hit and gets no power, right? Yeah, Zargon. Yeah, I was considering Zargon for like, since you came out, I can try it because I've been thinking about trying it. Because the problem I have sometimes is that I just don't have cards in drop. Because like I'll be using this, or like I'll put cards back with this, but I don't know, that makes me want to like run Lemme so that I can Soul Blast and have cards, right? That doesn't really do too much. Yeah, I can get rid of this. Try Zargon. I don't know how well it'll work. Yeah, there's try deck. I don't know, we'll see. I don't know if they'll actually do that one. They have to give Lyrical. Well, they're gonna give Lyrical like 2, and it's gonna be like super exclusive, right? Where like it, even though like they might do it, even though you're getting Harry and Night Rose, we're gonna give you 2 Lyrical ones because they gotta catch up now. But we'll see. That'll be a real mess if they do that. It'll be a real ass mess if they do that kind of stuff. But that's a lot of stride decks to be running around, especially for Lyrical. Lyrical's gonna go. Oh, that whale is gonna be in some deep doo doo. But alright, well, I'll try it. See how I feel about it. Using Zargon. Because there are a lot of cards that I wish I could put into Soul, but Zargon's a little bit more effective now, ironically, right? Because of the grade 1, because it gives a grade 2 power, so the attack is a little more likely to hit or be not guarded. Well, let's try a test hand. Wow. Okay. All right. Shuffle. Let's say we go second, I guess. Cool. Discard. Right. It also helps that like I'm playing ponies, so I can put the ponies back into Soul, so that's kind of nice. Draw for ring second, swing, check front. Cool. I'm probably gonna have to get rid of the fronts, honestly. Take a damage. Hopefully they only do one. Draw. We're gonna have to discard this right here. Soul charge 2, 5k. What do we soul charge? Alright. One good, one bad. Put this back to Soul. Realistically speaking, I guess if this was Zargon, that would have gone here, right? Think about this. Yeah, honestly, I feel like cutting it, to be honest. But he's ass. Unless if I could just get a good booster. I don't know. Like, what if instead of Zargon, I ran this dork, right? And instead of this guy, I ran this guy. Got rid of that. Ran this at like max. I don't know. One was that you played this. What if I did something stupid? What if it's just something really stupid real quick? There's a new rotovise support that doesn't exist yet. Damn. We got this guy. Cause like he's, I mean, I guess he doesn't count as a booster. Never mind. New card I want, so I have to look at the deck, please. I just want to see how this would work. Oh my god. Oh my god. Fine, I'll look at the fucking deck. Give me this. Put this back, put this back, put this back, put this back, put this back. Okay. Let's say we draw. One to discard. Right. Let's say we go second. Draw, check. Nice. Love to see it. And take a damage. Okay, whatever. Draw. Whatever. Discard. Right. So charge 2. Let's say this is in hand. Let's say this guy is in my soul, right? Let's say I play this, counterbalance 1, soul charge 1, right? Oh, that's actually really good soul charge. And I can call this out, gets 5k, and then I can rest this, put this into soul. That's kind of nice. To put that guy into soul and put this here. That was kind of cute. To get access to stuff like that, that's kind of cute. I like that a little bit. But then he can't do anything, which has been unfortunate. Swing. This guy also has 5k. Swing. And turn. Get my ass blasted. Guard. Get blasted a little bit more. I can put the pony in. Ooh. Draw. Hey bro, how's it going? Discard pony. Right into this. Soul Charge 2. I can't call the guy out, but I can call this out. Energy Blast 2. We can put nothing back, because that's me normally. So Soul Charge 2. I can rest this guy. Well, I wish I had something I counterblasted right now. That would be kind of nice. So I can overcall this, call this. Put that into Soul. She gets 5k. Call this. Energy charge. Soul Charge. Put this to Soul. Ugh, I really wish. Ugh, this feels stupid, but they gotta put this. I could put the Barrow into Soul too. But I can put this into Soul. Take the top card, put it to damage. And then take this and this. 1, 2, 3, 4. And play this. Put this back on bottom. Soul Charge 2. I guess we can like put that there and then play this. This into Soul and then play this. Put this into Soul. Almost hit. Excuse me. Almost hit it. Not gonna lie, I'm kind of liking that grade 1. I don't know if it's really gonna do anything, but kind of liking that grade 1 a little bit. I guess I can do this. Oh no, I had to energy blast for this guy. Never mind, so I'd be at 5. So swing, 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 counter blast, draw. Everything goes to Soul. I don't hit 20 immediately. Call out Lilac and I don't fucking know. One of these as beater, and I draw 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, draw 3. Check, check. Of course not. Why would I ever check anything good? Swing, swing. End turn. Get my ass blasted. Die, essentially. Alright. Alright, hold on. Alright, so that wasn't bad. Right, if I ever hit either. Wait, does it have to be the same name as my Vanguard? A different card name as my Vanguard. What's behind the Soul? A Great 3 card. I don't know. I'm probably upselling it too much, but I don't know. 6-7 shield trigger. I feel like I went through like 2 or 3 heals, so I don't know if that was likely, but losing the game 80% road, yeah, essentially. I don't know. Definitely used up way too much hand that turn. I'd like to use less hand, which is why I want cards that soul charge more, so I'd have to use less cards for my hand. Which is why I keep coming back to Pandemonium Tactics. Which ironically would work well with this, because if my PT kills the damage, I get to soul charge an extra card. But the fact that he acts like a counterblast is kind of obnoxious, because I don't have anything that counterblast except this guy in the early stages of the game, right? So after that, then I kind of don't, which is kind of obnoxious. Kind of wanted to take a look into this, mess around with this, but I have no idea where to go with this other than like 4 of everything and starting from there, but I don't know how well that would work. I don't know. That's why I keep like hyping so much on playing Makani over Swirler, because it gives me 2 cards in Soul versus just 1, whereas like Swirler just gives me a bunch of power. But that that ultimately doesn't give me 15 soul, right? Doesn't matter how big Swirler is if I don't have 15 soul. Kind of doesn't matter. Maybe I'll think about it. I don't want to bore you guys too much. But yeah, from now until like this is released, it's gonna be a lot of time until the set is released. Yeah, but even then, after that, right, it's gonna be a lot of time with just me trying to figure out the perfect build for Barrow. There's some of this. There's a lot. But since I have, I don't know. I don't know if anyone wants to fight in CFA, but I did want to maybe take a look at Avantgarda. See what that deck is shaping up like right now with the new support from this morning, but mandatory sort period. I'm gonna require to play all of these. I kind of want to try Richterlessly, honestly, but I don't know anymore. You can do maybe the triggers. You know, can honestly go either way with the triggers. Usually pick these because they're like both robots or whatever, but we can pick this guy now. I don't think there's, I mean, I guess this looks kind of robot-y. It's a cyber girl. I mean, I guess that counts. I guess you can have the squirrel also. For Overtrigger, of course, we play the broken one. Play Elementario. Doesn't really matter per se, but I guess we can play the new PG. And that leaves a space for everything else. Still think this is kind of cute to use early game, but I don't know if that's really going to work. One second. Yeah. I checked early today, and they had them like early in the morning, like a few hours after they put them up. It's pretty wild that the cards were already to go. Yeah, I think that's kind. I think this is kind of cute, but to be honest, since the Gento is not a blue Death Star, it doesn't work as well. But I mean, whatever. We can try it, see what happens. Where is Madame Queso? There she is. See if we have space for everything, because I need two of this. And Hathaway, one of this. Where's the grade 3? Look at those. Alexander and Soraja apparently is so starving for soul that GP players are running Florence. Yikes. Grade 1 Sage Furt. Not the cycler. Yeah, say Fred. No, I don't know, because she uses energy blast. I don't know if I'll do that. I will try this at least, but that's a lot of great choose. And why a lot of counter blasts, to be honest? My Vanguard ability, so this isn't a discard cycler, which is kind of obnoxious. So maybe we get rid of one of these. And play 3 copies of that's right. Energy charge 1, yeah, but that's if I play him, and I think that's only if you have. What is if I played an order this turn? No, it's just he just does it for free. I guess we can try it, see what happens. Yeah, I was looking for her originally to try and put her in, but I don't know if that's actually gonna work out. Let's put everything back. Alright, that's not half bad. Raw. Except for the part that I don't know what to discard. Never mind, that is kind of bad. Can I pass turn and not discard any cards? I guess I can discard the extra Degento. That feels really bad. Goodness. I guess technically we want to go first. Sorry, second, right? So draw, swing, check, cool, great, pass turn, take 1, eat ass, send dwindle roll. Cool, great. I guess I don't want Persona Ride anyways. Ride, search. Of course, it doesn't fucking play it, because God forbid I would be able to do that. My ride line. This and this to him. Shuffle. Play this. Play you. Counterblast 1. Draw. You get +2. Attack. Search bar feature. It does have one already. It's right here. Excuse me. Swing. Counter charge. Cool. Heal. And turn. Take that. Nice. Take that. Okay, don't have any more Degentals left. Guard, guard, guard. Extend the window door. I don't fucking know, man. I don't know if I really need as many of her right now. When they add that, I feel like that's been there forever, to be honest. Add this. Shuffle. Play this. Put this into soul draw. Or do I want to go into a Richter? Maybe I want to go into a Richter. So put this into soul and draw. And then play this. Whoops, not put that into soul, sorry. Ride into this. And I'm just gonna put that there for now. Then put this one into soul and draw. Yeah, +10. I'm gonna play the Gento here. Soul blast this out. Search deck for this. play this girl, I guess. I mean, I could discard her, but can't really do anything about that right now. That should give me this, which I guess is cool. I guess that's cool. I could have actually played this one, but I just drew this, right? Yeah, so I can't do that. I guess swing here. 5 and 5. First check, second check. Let's say it hit. Alright, let's just say it hit. Counterblast, restand, counter charge from this maybe? No? Alright, let's say I didn't boost. Let's say I'm smart and I didn't boost. Discard, I don't know, this. Now swing, now counter charge. First check, front trigger. They'll get another +5. Then I have to discard 2 from my hand. This and this to ride this guy. He gets +10. Swing again. This gets 5k. This gets 5k. And check. Nice power and crit. I mean, not the worst, but I feel like it could definitely be a lot better. And I don't have anything for next turn, which is a bit unfortunate, so we just swing, and turn. Yep. Just take this, I can like guard, I guess. Right, whatever. And then I got nothing. Which I don't. No godly top deck. No persona ride, no nothing. Just play this, put it to soul, draw 1. That's it. Got 5k, I think. Yep. So yeah. I feel like Asagi Milestone, the VTuber, apparently is kind of still needed. To be honest with you, because you just need to get your Avantgardas back, and if the only way you get them back is discarding, then that's what it's gonna be. You definitely need a way to soul blast. Also, you need to empty out something that uses all your soul. So this putting shit back into soul might not be so helpful. So like this was Soul Blast 1 would be in a better spot. But technically, if this wasn't, if this didn't search for the same name, this would not be half bad. Because you have the soul to play this. Well, I guess it's still not horrible. Because like you can play the grade 2. And then search your deck for the grade 2. Get it out of deck. Like you can, like if you have Richter, you can put the grade 1 into soul, right? Then you play this, Soul Blast out, the grade 1, and something else. And then you can get the grade 2 that's still in order zone. Then you go into Richter, put the grade 2 into soul. Then you can play the Gentle, Soul Blast out the grade 2. Then you can play the new girl and get back the grade 2 from drop, or the grade 1 from drop if you want. And you have all 3 in hand. And then you have a bunch of orders in your hand that you can't do anything with. So that's nice. That's the other issue with this deck, is that you can still only play an order per turn, and these fucking nerds of a ride line don't play the set orders for you. So if you have a big Richter turn where you like use this skill multiple times, you're set back to only having one strategy that you can play the next turn, which really sucks. So we just need what we need is a way to search Avantgarda and a way to play more than one strategy, or put a strategy into our order zone. So we need a Freiheit essentially, but for Avantgarda. That's what this deck needs. It needs like a grade 1 strategy, a grade 1 Freiheit that says like on place, counterblast 1, search your deck for an Avantgarda, and then if you have a Avantgarda, play a strategy, put a strategy from your hand into Order Zone. That's what the deck really needs, honestly, and that'll make the deck so much better. Because we can recur our orders, but then we just can't really do anything with it unless we just play one once per turn, which makes Richter completely irrelevant. Because Richter lets you eat 2 of them, and there's no real effective way to get Richter, right? So it's not like I can play him like a finisher or whatever, because there's no real effective way to set him up. So unless I play like 1 copy, play a Sagi milestone right now, and just push on a ride and stuff. So yeah, I think that's what I would have to take, honestly, for Avantgarda to work out. They just need their own grade 1 Fright Hype. This is still kind of cute. I still want to consider this, but yeah, they would have to like just completely cut Richter to play this and goof around with this, honestly, which might be the play. I don't know. Maybe that's the way to go. Is just forget about Richter, play base Avantgarda, bring back Fright Height, play it aggressively with this. I don't know. Because I feel like this is honestly overkill, right? I feel like this is honestly overkill. Just because like the other 2 girls do the same thing, and you can only play one per turn anyways. So I don't think you need this anymore. And you're not gonna have anything in Soul that you can actually put, right? Unless you like put a PG into Soul and then counterblast 1 to add the PG. Which, like, I guess you can do, but like I'd rather just draw into it at that point, right? So I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll mess around with it. Maybe I'll probably just wait till it comes out in English. I'll mess around with it a bit. Try not to test the new stuff too crazily, but especially for stuff like Avantgarda, which I don't suspect I'll spend a lot of time with right now. And I don't suspect anyone's actually gonna play it, so we'll actually see any results from it. I don't mind it, but no. Whoa. Fair enough. All right. I keep checking to see. But it's not great. All right. I think that'll do it for today. Just so I can go get some nice, yummy bowl of cereal for dinner before my match. Maybe rest my eyes a little bit and set up my camera and stuff, because I have to like flip it over and stuff. And hope and pray that I don't lose, because I'm kind of locked into the deck that I'm playing right now, because it's what I've been testing with lately, and to pivot to something else. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. To pivot into something else would be kind of rough. Alright, it's fine, it's whatever. So we'll see. Yeah, so we'll talk Tuesday. I don't think there's anything crazy going on Tuesday, right? The only thing I can think of is oh, the new Divine guy, but he's the Dragon Empire guy, so yeah, it's Dragon Empire. He looks really dorky. Like, it'll be some act of God if that's the Destined one I end up liking. The Dragon Empire one, that's really gonna be something, but I feel like that's gonna be a snooze for me specifically, personally, right? But we'll check it out, see what it's about. And looks like a brawler. Yeah, kind of like brawlers a little bit, but we'll see. But we'll see what that's about on Tuesday, and we'll talk about the anime episode, see where that's progressing, see if we go 100 miles into the the next fight again, instead of having any sort of build up again. Oops, I accidentally closed out chat now. I'm just randomly clicking too hard and closing shit. Alright. I don't think it'll also refresh on screen. To be honest. Technically, the window's no longer open, which is kind of funny. There we go. Yeah, the design doesn't speak to me either, honestly. So I'm not really expecting much out of it. But like I said, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. We'll talk about it Tuesday. And maybe some more other things. But in any case, till then, hope you guys had a good morning, afternoon, evening, what have you. Take care of yourselves and each other. Play Vanguard. Join our Discord so you can chill and have yourselves a damn good one.